Hello students, I am Professor Isha Mediratha from LG Institute of Engineering and Technology. Today we'll be discussing the next topic of the chapter, ultrasonics. The topic is determination of velocity of ultrasonic waves. This method is also commonly known as acoustic grating method. Like in the earlier video, we had discussed the topic detection of ultrasonic waves, wherein there were four different methods. We can say that this is a method which also is useful for detection of ultrasonic waves. So it has many purposes. You can find out the velocity of ultrasonic waves as well as you can detect the presence of ultrasonic waves. So let us just start with the topic. The principle of ultrasonic detection method, that is acoustic grating method. This principle says that when the ultrasonic waves are passed through a liquid, the density of the liquid varies layer by layer due to the variation in pressure, and hence the liquid will act as a diffraction grating, so it is known as acoustic grating. What exactly it means? Suppose you have a liquid column wherein there is a light source passed from one end, that is perpendicular to the surface of the liquid, and there is a piezoelectric crystal. What is the role of a piezoelectric crystal? A piezoelectric crystal or a piezoelectric oscillator, it produces ultrasonic waves. So what basically we are doing, we are just sending these ultrasonic waves in the liquid. So these are the waves which are passing, but there is a reflector at the top. And ultrasonic waves have a property, whenever there is a change in medium, they reflect back. So the moment they enter this liquid, because of the reflector, they come back and they form a stationary pattern over here. Due to this stationary pattern, there will be nodes created at equal distances and antinodes created at equal distances. So the liquid which is filled, we say that the density of this liquid varies due to the formation of these nodes and antinodes. And that is the reason our liquid will act as a diffraction grating. What do you mean by diffraction? Diffraction is a phenomena which says that which occurs whenever a wave encounters any slit or obstacle. So when you pass this light source through the liquid, this liquid appears to be a normal, but because of the formation of nodes and antinodes, there has been a variation in the density of liquid. So whenever a light source passes through it, you can say that this source has encountered many slits, and that is the reason it diffracts. You can see the central maxima, first order maxima minima, second order maxima minima on the other side, right? So again, let me just say that, so this is why it is, and you know why it is known as acoustic grating. This is known as acoustic grating because the grating which has formed in between, this grating means the variation of densities at equal distances. So this grating is formed because of the presence of ultrasonic waves, that is sound waves, and that is the reason we use the word acoustic grating. So under this condition, when a monochromatic source of light, monochromatic means single colored. So if the source uses, suppose a xenon lamp or a sodium lamp, it should emit single wavelength light only. So when monochromatic source of light is passed through the acoustical grating, the light gets diffracted. So light passes here, because of the grating inside, you can say that the light is diffracted. Then by using the condition of diffraction, the velocity of these waves can be determined. So this is the basic principle of acoustic grating method. Next, the construction part. Construction is very easy. So this portion is known as the liquid column which is taken. Then liquid column, on one side of the liquid column, there is, suppose say, a sodium lamp. Now what is the basic function of a lamp? Lamp is a monochromatic source only. The light which is emitted from the lamp will have only one wavelength, but this light will spread in all different directions. So what is done? This light is given to a collimator. What will the collimator do? Collimator, you can say, is an assembly of lenses where the input it receives is converted into a parallel beam. So can you just see, whatever light was scattered, this light is now converted into a parallel beam by this assembly of lenses. So purpose of collimator is to accept the light and give us a parallel beam. On the other hand, you have a telescope wherein you can see what is the pattern created here. On the top of this liquid column, we have a reflector. You can say just the covering on the top so that the ultrasonic waves are not exposed to infinity. Then what else is there? On the bottom, exactly opposite to the reflector, there is a quartz crystal which is connected to the oscillator. So what will this oscillator do? It will make this crystal generate ultrasonic waves, and these ultrasonic waves will pass through the liquid. Suppose these ultrasonic waves are passing like this through the liquid. The moment they touch the reflector, they reflect back and they form a stationary wave inside the liquid. Now what happens because of the stationary wave formation? Stationary wave is a wave in which you get nodal and antinodal points. What do you mean by a nodal point? A nodal point is a point wherein all the particles of medium gather. They come closer and the density of that liquid will be maximum. Because the stationary wave has maximum amplitude at nodes, so we say that it creates maximum disturbance at nodes, so the density will be maximum at nodes. What do you mean by antinodes? They are the points where the amplitude of stationary wave is zero, so they cause least disturbance and so the density is minimum at the antinodal points. So this variation, suppose you say maximum, 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 maximum density, and these white portions indicate the minimum density. They are at equal distances and the distance between the two is known as the grating element, which is denoted by D. So construction says that it consists of a glass tank filled with the liquid. A piezoelectric, that is a quartz crystal, is used in this case. So a quartz crystal fixed at one end of the glass tank is connected with a piezoelectric oscillatory circuit as shown in the figure. An incandescent lamp or a monochromatic lamp which produces monochromatic source, sodium lamp, is used, and there is a telescope arrangement to view the diffraction pattern. A collimator is used to convert the light into a parallel beam so that it is properly focused effectively on the glass tank. Now let us move on to the working. So when the piezoelectric oscillator is switched on, as I just said, the crystal is put into vibrations, and at resonance, ultrasonic waves will be produced which are passed through the liquid. Let me explain you again. This is the oscillator which produces the waves. So waves are going to pass like this. They strike the reflector and they come back. So stationary pattern is formed in this liquid. These waves are reflected by the walls of the glass tank and form a stationary pattern with nodes and antinodes in the liquid. At the nodes, the density of liquid becomes maximum. Why maximum? Because nodes are the points where the stationary wave has maximum amplitude, or you can say that at the nodal points, the wave has created maximum disturbance and so has brought all the particles together, and that is the reason density of liquid becomes maximum. At the antinodes, the density of liquid becomes minimum. At the antinodes, they are the points where the amplitude is zero. So least disturbance is caused, and that is the reason we say that antinodal points lead to minimum density, and thus your liquid will behave as a grating. We call it acoustic grating only because this grating means the variation of density, the pattern in which you have maximum density and minimum density at equal distances. So this pattern is created because of ultrasonic waves, and that is the reason we call it acoustic grating. This is what exactly is created. So this is the stationary pattern which is formed. Can you just see these are the points where the amplitude is zero, so they correspond to antinodal points, and these are the points where the density is maximum, so they are known as the nodal points. So this is again the stationary pattern created, liquid is filled, right? And this is what the diffraction of the beam of light. So this diffraction, if instead of a telescope we keep a screen, we can see that at the center, exactly parallel to the source of light, you see a very dark spot. Then slowly the spots decrease. So this corresponds to central maxima, first order maxima, first order maxima. Similarly, you can have second order, third order, and so on. So now when the monochromatic light is passed through the liquid, the light will get diffracted, and the diffraction pattern, which consists of central maxima and the principal maxima on either side, is viewed through the telescope. Now basis on this, now what exactly happens? This corresponds to the grating element. Depending upon the grating element, as I just showed you in the earlier diagram, grating element means you can say that this distance between either two antinodes or the distance between either two nodes, this distance will be known as the grating element. How can we determine the velocity of ultrasonic waves using this? So the velocity of ultrasonic waves can be determined by the equation of diffraction. The equation of diffraction says that d sine theta is equals to n lambda. What is the term d here? D is known as the distance between two successive nodes or two successive internodes. Theta is known as the angle of diffraction. N means the order of diffraction. If you say n is equals to 1, you will be seeing one central maxima and two first order maximas. If you say n is equals to 2, you will be seeing central maxima, first order, second order on one side, first order, second order on the other side. So this corresponds to the number of dots seen. N is equals to 1 means 3 dots, n is equals to 2 means 5 dots, and so on. And lambda here denotes the wavelength of the monochromatic light source we have used. Because we want a single value of lambda, we use a monochromatic source instead of polychromatic, so that the value of that light source remains fixed. Now we know the relation between ultrasonic wavelength and grating element. See, this is the diffraction pattern which is formed. Suppose I say this corresponds to central maxima, first order maxima, first order maxima. So this distance is what is d. You consider this as a wave. This was the stationary pattern which is formed. So if I say this is entirely one wavelength, but half of that corresponds to, because this was one antinode, this is second antinode. So this distance is known as d. So from this diagram, we can say that the grating element is half of wavelength of ultrasonic wave. So d is equals to lambda u by 2, or we say that lambda u is equals to 2d. So our equation 1 over here, instead of d, if I want to substitute lambda u, I will be getting lambda u by 2. So our equation 1 becomes lambda u sine theta is equals to 2n lambda. I have taken 2 on the RHS. So wavelength of ultrasonic wave can be determined by the equation lambda u is equals to 2n lambda upon sine theta. Say I call this as equation number 2. So this is the equation which is used to determine the wavelength of the ultrasonic waves. So wavelength of ultrasonic waves actually can be determined from the diffraction pattern which has formed in the liquid, because it deals with n, that is order of diffraction, means how many dots you see on the telescope on the screen, and it also depends on theta, that is what angle. So I will say that this angle is known as theta, that is the angle of diffraction. So the equation has lambda u is equals to 2n lambda upon sine theta. So now velocity of ultrasonic waves can be defined by the equation v is equals to f lambda. This is a standard equation relating velocity, frequency and wavelength. So v is equals to f. Instead of lambda, we write lambda u. Why lambda u? Because lambda u corresponds to wavelength of ultrasonic waves, and we are determining the velocity of ultrasonic waves. Now, if you know the resonant frequency of the ultrasonic generator, so whatever source we have used, whatever piezoelectric source we have used in the construction, if the frequency of the source is known, lambda u is calculated based on diffraction. This is how we can find out velocity of the equation. So velocity of the equation will be, I have just substituted the equation of lambda u as 2n lambda upon sine theta multiplied by f. So v is equals to 2 fn lambda upon sine theta. Thus, by the acoustic grating method, the wavelength and hence the velocity of ultrasonic waves can be determined. This also tells us the presence of ultrasonic waves because we are determining its wavelength. So it is a detection method also, and it also gives us the velocity. Hope you have understood the topic. Thank you.